Hello everyone, this is Logan from Bitworx3000, and I'm bringing you a new version of the G-code to DXF converter. And if you haven't already purchased it, I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what it can do here and why you would want to buy it. And if you already have bought it, I'm going to give you an idea of why you should upgrade your current version 2 to the version 3. It's totally different in terms of the back end, the way it works, way faster. And here's a great example. So this is the old version, okay, right here, version 2. We're just going to move that off to the side for a minute. We're going to go ahead and install the new version. Now in this case, it's asking for my administrator password. If you have one, enter it in. I don't actually have a password on here. We're just going to click yes. And it should overwrite the existing version. And we're just going to click yes, create a desktop shortcut, click install, and launch it. Here's the new version. All right, so let's bring this one back side to side. You can see the differences here. The previous screen is already on screen, so this is now all contained in one window. When we open the file with the old version, you'll see it'll bring up a new window and another layers list next to that. So this has been rewritten from the ground up, and depending upon the file type and what kind of work it's doing, it can be up to 10 times faster than the old one. It's actually scanning line by line, loading it all into the file rather than converting as it scans. It's bringing everything to memory, and it can do a lot of other work, including with some G-code files that aren't necessarily line by line but actually refer to other files. This will make a difference. So what we're going to do is go File, Open. We're going to open up this file, and while this one is running and converting, we're going to go ahead and open up on a new version. So we're just going to name it Dinosaur DXF. We're going to hit scan, and then while that's working, we're going to go ahead and open up the new one, and you can see the difference. Way faster. This one took almost 2 seconds to scan in. While that's already finished, this one's only at 70%. Huge difference in speed. The code is completely rewritten. So what we've now done, if you haven't seen this before, is we've taken an NC file, something that was cut on a machine previously, and brought it back into a DXF file. So if you've ever lost your original drawing files, your VCarve Pro, your NRoute, your Fusion 360, if you've lost your two-dimensional drawing file and you have to make some changes on it, well, normally you can't edit a G-code file. This is going to take that G-code file, it's going to bring it back into a DXF that's now editable. So you can see how now it's previewing it on screen, but there's actually been a couple of issues here just due to this file type, something it couldn't handle, whereas the new one can handle it. We can now convert any file made from any post-processor in the VCarve post-processor list, at least as a version 10.512. A lot of work went into this, and we're really excited to bring this to you. So you can see it's properly scanned it all in, and all we have to do is choose a DXF name, and then we can convert, and conversion complete. That only took about a second. And now we can go ahead and bring in that vector to VCarve. And if we scroll out, there you go. We can see that we brought it in perfectly. We now have a functional drawing that we could go ahead and put any toolpaths on it that we want. And so if we want to change the size of this, change the tool that we're using, any of those things, it's available. Now there's a couple of other new features on here. One of them is that we have a recent files list. We can also look at the G-code file with Notepad. So you can scroll through and you can see this particular file is 97,000 lines. So we went from taking about 27 seconds to taking 2 seconds to scan in 97,000 lines. It's a huge difference. Now also, if we go into the preferences, we can see turning off some of these post-processors. So if you know that you don't have a Roland, or you don't have a Suregrave, you don't have a Bucelato, if you can turn those off, that will also save some time on scanning in. or maybe you only have a Laguna IQ. You can scan those in. And you can also turn on and off file types so that you don't get confused trying to look through a huge list of possible different file types. You can search for only the ones that you know you have. So if you only have a TAP file, turn all the rest of them off and use only .tap. And that'll also save you a little bit of time. We're going to hit OK. And of course, you can watch any videos that we have online here on YouTube, and you can access that as well as our website through this program. So as you can tell, we're really excited. Because the backend was rewritten, that's paving the way for some future things like reverse tool compensation, which has already been partially implemented. It's just not active in this version because it needs a little bit more work, but that is coming in the future. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask Logan at Bitworx3000.com. Reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you out. If you have a file that you want to see, will this program convert my file before I buy? Feel free to send that over, same email address, Logan at Bitworx3000.com. And we'll be happy to run it through the converter and send you a screenshot of what that will look like. And you can see, is that what it's supposed to look like? And if so, feel free to purchase it. So if you do have any questions, feel free to ask. Otherwise, thanks for checking it out. And as always, have a great day.